Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of the podcast. I'm just going to get everything set up and we'll be ready to go. Hope everyone's day is going well. Hope everyone's week is going well. Got a little update for you guys in terms of my own life with going to sports events. Got a lot to talk about this week. Okay, let's set up. You. Let's get you recording. Restart. Just trying to set up audio recording. There we go. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 121 of Benny and the Booth podcast. Thank you for all the support to this plan. Very much do appreciate it. I don't really have a true reason why it took me till this late at night to post an episode. But it just happened to play out this way. But either way, still wanted to get an episode out today. And want to give an update that this week I am making my second trip back to Fenway Park, as Thursday I'm going to be at Red Sox Guardians 1:10 p.m. game in Boston, and I'm excited to go back. I had gone actually literally the summer before I had started the podcast, and it's a beautiful ballpark and honestly my favorite in baseball. However, when I went, I truly didn't feel like I got to truly grasp it, because I went when it was still COVID restrictions and you're limited how far beyond your seats you could go. And so now I'm going to be able to fully grasp it, fully go. I'm even going to tour the stadium before the game, and I'm very excited. But yeah, I will be in Fenway Thursday for Red Sox Guardians. And if you're there, maybe I'll bump into you. But yeah, that's an update. Otherwise, the following Thursday, I'm going to be at Yankees A's on Homemade Pesach, or in between main days of Passover, on the 25th. And then I don't have any set up for baseball games yet beyond that. This is a new watch I did get recently. Side point. That's it really for outside notes. So let's start off with the national championship game. Kind of how it played out, how I think most people expected it to go. UConn beat Purdue to win back-to-back national titles, 75-60. Purdue's guy played well, but at the end of the day, they didn't really have much around him, and that was the story for them as UConn prevails to win back-to-back. Their first back-to-back since the pretty sure they went back in like 2010s. I might be wrong, but yeah. So that's the end of March Madness bracket for another year. We'll see how things play it, and we'll see what happens with next year. So, NFL news, breaking news. We officially know who's going to be the Brazil game for 2024 season, kicking off in Brazil on Friday night. It's going to be the It's going to be the Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers. The Browns are not the Brazil game, which I am thrilled about. Now, yes, would have been a fun experience, yeah, but at the end of the day, it's so much easier to not have to deal with it as like a Jew, where I'd be missing the game if we would have had the game, because it would have been Friday night. But good for the Packers. Apparently, they have a good amount of fan base in Brazil, which makes it make a lot of sense. But either way, good for them. We'll see how that plays out in week one. Josh Allen, defensive end Josh Allen, signs an extension with the Jaguars, 5 years, $150 million, and CJ Uzomah signed a 1-year deal with the Philadelphia Eagles. That's it for NFL news. So let's dive into MLB Weekly Recap, which I did not include the Sunday games. I'll go over just the results from the Sunday games and the game that at the moment is still currently going on, but could be done by the time we get to today's scores. We'll see how that plays out. Okay, so going back to April 7th, A's beat the Tigers 7-1. Zach Geloff went 4 for 5 with a homer, triple, 4 RBI, and 3 runs to help the A's in that victory. Brewers beat the Mariners 12-4. William Contreras had a 2-homer game, both 2-run homers in the second and eighth, respectively. Marlins beat the Cardinals 10-3. 6-run first between Jazz Chisholm Jr. and Nick Gordon. 3-run homers, leading Miami to its first win of the season. Finally, congrats to them. Cubs beat the Dodgers 8-1. Michael Busch bases clearing double in the first big part in victory, and the story of the series is Michael Busch performing against his old team. Done pretty good, and he's still been really good so far and looking like a steal of a trade for the Cubs right now. I forgot who they gave up, but I mean, with how Busch is looking, they might have just found another crown jewel from the Dodgers. So we'll see what happens, though. Almonte's been decent. Actually, underrated, I want to see what's Almonte's stats. I already did Immaculate Grid, so I'm not going to be doing Immaculate Grid today. I only like to do it when I haven't done it myself, because then, I don't have an idea of what answers could apply beforehand, but, yeah. Stats. Pitching. I'll even look at Busch, actually. Busch is hitting .327 with 5 homers and 11 RBI so far. Pretty good so far. Yency Almonte, 1-0 with a 5.68 ERA. Yeah, not great. Not great at all, but honestly, if Busch works out and not necessarily Almonte, with how Busch has been doing so far, I wouldn't be against it, but we'll see what happens. Red Sox beat the Angels 12-2. 3 homers in the third by Red Sox. David Hamilton solo homer, which was his first in the major leagues, and Rafi Devers and Tyler O'Neill went back-to-back solo homers in the inning. Astros beat the Rangers 3-1. Ronel Blanco went 5 2/3 no-hit innings in this game, which marked 44 outs before allowing first hit in the season, which is most by a pitcher to start season in the expansion era since 1961, passing Austin Cox last season with 35, Josh Hader in 2020, and Brad Cluntz in 1998. Blanco's 44 straight outs before a hit is the largest streak to start a season by any pitcher since 1893 when the mound was moved to its current distance from home plate. Adolis Garcia, a.k.a. El Bumby, broke up the no-hitter with a single, but he still won the game. April 8th, Padres beat the Cubs 9-8, and this was a tough back-breaking loss for the Cubs. The Padres came all the way back from down 8-0 with a 7-run sixth, and El Nino, a.k.a. Fernando Tatis Jr., go-ahead 2-run homer in the eighth to victory. This is tied for the largest comeback in Padres history with on May 23rd, 1970 against San Francisco Giants, where they won the game 17-16. And June 10th of 1974 against the Pirates, where they won 9-8, and July 8th of 2021 against the Nationals, 9-8. Only one of those was in Petco Park. The other two, I believe, would be Jack Murphy Stadium. But then again, I don't know all the. I'm pretty sure Jack Murphy / Qualcomm / all the other slashes there's been with that stadium have been ballpark for the other ones, but I might be wrong. Either way, Guardians shut out the White Sox 4-0. Cleveland now has won eight of its first 10 games for the first time since 2011 with a 2-run homer in the fifth. J-Ram his 100th career homer at Progressive Field, which is Cleveland's home ballpark, and his 173rd career homer, which is most in Cleveland history by a Cleveland third baseman, passing legendary third baseman Al Rosen. Yankees beat the Marlins 7-0. Nestor Cortez Jr. against his favorite team when he was younger, going 8 shutout innings, getting the win, giving up 2 hits, no walks, and 6 strikeouts. Juan Soto 3-run homer in the fourth is his first in Yankee Stadium. Josh Juski, I don't know how to pronounce it, but funny enough, with Jew in his name, but not actually Jew in any sense. In his major league debut, went 1 inning, no hits, no earned runs, no walks, no strikeouts on 3 pitches, and 6 run fourth by the Yankees helped them win this game. Pirates beat the Tigers 7-4. Brian Reynolds solo home run in the sixth marked his 100th career homer for his career. Reds beat the Brewers 10-8. Ellie De La Cruz two-homer game, which included a solo homer in the fifth and an inside the park solo home run in the seventh. Ellie became the sixth player in MLB history to have a multi-homer game, including an inside the park home run with homer from both sides of the plate since start of the expansion era in 1961, joining Carlos Guillen on May 31st, 2004, with the Tigers against the Rangers in the game. The Tigers won 5-3. Ken Caminiti on July 3rd of 1994. Willie Wilson on June 15th, 1979, and Maurice Willis on May 30th of 1962. Mets beat the Braves 8-7. Brandon Nimmo, 2-homer, 5 RBI game, 3-run homer in the fifth, and solo homer in the seventh led the Mets to victory. Astros beat the Rangers 10-5. Rangers put up 5 in the first without recording an out. However, the Astros came back to win that game. And the Astros in two-thirds scoreless innings by their bullpen were the most by Houston's relievers in a game since September 5th of 1998, and most scoreless innings by Houston penned in a 9-inning game since July 18th of 1974. Angels beat the Rays 7-1 with 7 scoreless innings. Tyler Anderson became the first Angels pitcher to start the season with consecutive starts of 7+ scoreless innings. Rockies beat the Diamondbacks 7-5. Ezequiel Tovar had an RBI single in the first, snapping 16-game hit streak of Rockies not scoring first in a game going back to September of last year, which is longest such streak since 1989 San Francisco Giants. There is one other note I forgot to mention, and I meant to post a community tab about it. So I mentioned last episode that I was at a John Boy trivia event, and they actually posted their vlog from it, and I'm in it a whole bunch of times, but if you want to check it out, I am going to post it in the community tab. You know what, while I'm here, I'm going to post in the community tab. Might as well do it while I'm here anyways. Let's do this. Where's channel? But yeah, I'm in the vlog a whole bunch of times. It goes through a whole bunch of the highlights from the trivia night. If you want to check it out, I'm going to add it to the community tab so you guys can watch it and catch me in it the whole bunch of times I was in it. Here we go. Let's do this. No. Start my channel. Community tab. Okay. Sorry about that. I realized I forgot to mention that. Okay, from April 9th Cubs beat the Padres 5-1. Ben Brown, in his first career start, got no decision, going 4 2/3, giving up 3 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. Yan Gomes and Christopher Morel, fifth inning homers, solo and grand slam respectively, led the Cubs to victory. And this was the 3-year anniversary of Joe Musgrove's no-hitter back in 2021 against Texas Rangers. Tigers beat the Pirates 5-3, down 3-1 in the ninth. Tigers put up 4 runs to win. The Orioles beat the Red Sox 7-1. Colton Cowser 2 for 4, 2 doubles, 4 RBI, makes him youngest Orioles player, 24 years and 20 days, with 2 doubles and 4 RBI in the same game since Cal Ripken Jr., 23 years old, in 10 days on September 3rd of 1983 against the Minnesota Twins. White Sox beat the Guardians 7-5. 5-run first led the White Sox over the Guardians. Brewers beat the Reds 9-5. Joe Ross, starting from Milwaukee, got his first W with the Brewers and first win overall since June 29th of 2021, going 6 when he was with Washington still, going 6 2/3 innings, giving up 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 only 2 of them earned 1 walk and 7 strikeouts. Dodgers beat the Twins 6-3. Tyler Glasnow 13 strikeouts was a career high. Carlos Correa and Al Kirilloff had back-to-back solo home runs in the ninth to try to keep things alive, but they lost in the end. Cardinals shut out the Phillies 3-0. Sonny Gray in his Cardinals debut. Cardinals shut out the Phillies. Went 5 shutout innings, giving up 5 hits, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. A's beat the Rangers 4-3, which he was also injured to start the season. That's why it was his debut only that day. Shea Langeliers had a 3-homer game, game-tying solo home run in the second, game-tying solo home run in the seventh, and go-ahead/game-winning 2-run homer in the ninth. This makes Shea the second catcher in Oakland A's history to do so, joining Mickey Cochrane on May 21st, 1925 against St. Louis Browns, which are now Baltimore Orioles. The Diamondbacks beat the Rockies 3-2. This win marked Torey Lovullo's 500th career win as a manager, which is pretty much, if not mostly, if not pretty much all with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Congrats to him. The Rays beat the Angels 6-4. Mike Trout, first inning 2-run homer, marks most homers by Angels player through first 11 games of the season at 6. I don't know if that record of an extender or not, because I haven't kept track of the record. By the way, May 10th, Padres hammered the Cubs 10-2. Dylan Cease got the win. First career win with the Padres, going 6 innings, giving up 2 hits, 2 runs, none earned, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Twins beat the Dodgers 3-2. Edouard Julien had a 2-homer game, 2 solos in the first and fifth. Mariners beat the Blue Jays 6-1 in 10 innings. 5-run 10th led the Mariners to victory. Guardians beat the White Sox 7-6 in 10 innings. Josh Naylor solo home run and Bo Naylor 2-run homer, both homer in the 4th inning. Second time they've done so in the same inning since last year versus Texas Rangers. Marlins beat the Yankees 5-2. Jake Berger 3-run homer on birthday helped the Marlins to victory. Giancarlo Stanton's solo home run in the 6th makes it now that he has hit a homer versus all 30 teams in MLB, joining 15 other active players to do so, joining Mookie Betts, Nick Castellanos, Randall Grichuk, Manny Machado, Martin Maldonado, JD Martinez, Andrew McCutchen, Matt Olson, Marcell Ozuna, Hunter Renfroe, Eddie Rosario, Carlos Santana, Kyle Schwarber, and Jorge Soler. And with the win, Miami avoided joining 2003 Tigers at 1-12, 1997 Cubs at 0-13, and 1992 Kansas City Royals at 1-12, as only teams in the last 35 years to win no more than 1 game in their first 13 games, but they want to avoid that history mark. Royals beat the Astros 11-2. 7-run third helped the Royals' victory. Vinny Pasquantino went 3 for 3, a homer, a double, a walk, 5 RBIs, and 2 runs. April 11th. Mets hammered the Braves 16-4. Tyrone Taylor hit a pinch hit 9th inning grand slam home run to help Mets to victory, which was his first as a Met. Royals beat the Astros 13-3. Bobby Witt Jr. had a 2-homer game, 2-run homer in the first and 3-run homer in the 7th. The Royals also had 9 runs in the first inning, along with 11 hits. Orioles beat the Red Sox 9-4 in 10 innings. Colton Cowser had a 2-homer game, solo home run in the 5th and 3-run homer in the 10th. 6-run 10th by the Orioles helped them win this game. Colton Cowser's 10 RBIs in the series versus Boston. Red Fenway is behind 6 other Orioles and St. Louis Browns players who have had more RBI in a 3-game series since RBI was official stat in 1920. The 2 homers was his first 2 in his MLB career, which joins 10 other players to do so, joining Ryan Mountcastle on August 30th of 2020, Manny Machado on August 10th of 2012, Josh Bell on August 21st of 2010, not recent Josh Bell, different Josh Bell, Jim Fuller on September 25th of 1973, Kurt Blefary on April 17th of 1965, Boog Powell on May 2nd of 1962, Bob Neiman on September 14th, 1951, Owen Fred on May 23rd of 1950, and Ken Wood on April 23rd of 1950, and Johnny Lucadello on September 16th of 1940. That is it from April 11th. April 12th, Mets beat the Royals 6-1. Severino got his first win with the Mets, going 5 innings. We have 1 hit, 1 run, all earned, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Braves beat the Marlins 8-1 on the back of a 5-run 7th. Reds beat the White Sox 11-1 on the back of a 5-run 3rd, leading the Reds to victory. Ellie De La Cruz and Tyler Stevenson went back-to-back in the 3rd, 3-run homer and solo home run respectively. Rangers beat the Astros 12-8. Kyle Zucker had a 2-run game for Houston, game title in the 1st and 2-run homer in the 7th, but it didn't matter as the 6-run 3rd by Texas helped them, the Rangers, to victory. A's beat the Nationals 2-1 in 10 innings. Paul Blackburn going 6 1/3 scoreless innings, giving up 5 hits, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts, marking 19 1/3 scoreless innings to start the season for him, which is most in franchise history in Oakland, and is 3rd in the entire franchise history, going back to even Philly and Kansas City days, behind Alex Kellner, who had 21 innings in 1953, and Harry Krause with 23 in 1910. The Cardinals beat the Diamondbacks 9-6. Nolan Arenado's homer in the 1st inning in 154 ABs. But Nolan Arenado's homer is his first in 154 ABs, going back to August 19th of last year against the Mets. And then the last day of notes, April 13th, Royals beat the Mets 11-7. Salvador Perez had a 2-homer game, 2-run homer in the 4th, marked 250th homer of his career. Pete Alonso had a 2-homer game himself, solos in 3rd and 6th. Reds beat the White Sox 5-0, 5-run 2nd, and Nick for the Reds, and Nick Lodolo taking no-hitter into his first start since May 6th of 2023, helped them to victory with 10 strikeouts in the start. Crochet now has 31 strikeouts in first 4 career starts, which is most in White Sox history. And with Bruce Howard from 1965 to 27, Chris Sale from 2012 to 26, Hector Santiago in 2012 to 26, and Jason Berry in 1993 with 26. Blue Jays beat the Rockies 5-3, 5-run first with Dalton Varsho grand slam homer led the Blue Jays to victory. Astros hammered the Rangers 9-2 on the back of a 7-run 7th. Nationals beat the A's 3-1. Mackenzie Gore had 11 strikeouts, was a career high for him. Giants beat the Rays 11-2. Tyler Estrada had a 2-homer game, head solo home run in the 4th, and 2-run homer in the 7th. Dodgers beat the Padres 5-2. Garrett Stone carried perfect game into the 6th, broken up on Tyler Wade walk, and a no-hitter into the 6th, ended 2 hitters later on a Kyle Gashioka single. Twins beat the Tigers in Game 1 of a doubleheader 11-5. In 12 innings, 7-run 12th led the Twins to victory in that game. They also did win Game 2. And that is the notes from this week's weekly recap, not including today's games. Standings does not include today's games, also mainly because the games are not completely final from today, as Sunday Night Baseball is still going on at the current moment. But standings up until the Sunday games, and starting with the AL East, the Yankees in first place at 12-3, followed by the 8-6 Orioles, followed by the 8-7 Red Sox and Rays, followed by the 7-8 Blue Jays. In the AL Central, the Royals in first place at 10-3, followed by the 9-5 Guardians, followed by the 8-6 Tigers, followed by the 6-7 Twins, followed by the 2-12 White Sox. And then the AL West, Rangers in first place at 8-7, followed by the 7-7 Angels, followed by the 6-9 A's and Mariners, followed by the 5-11 Astros. For the NL, in the NL East, the Braves in first place at 8-5, followed by the 8-7 Phillies, followed by the 6-8 Mets and Nationals, followed by the 3-12 Marlins. And in the NL Central, the Brewers in first place at 10-3, followed by the 10-5 Pirates, followed by the 8-6 Cubs and Reds, followed by the 7-8 Cardinals. And in the NL West, Dodgers in first place at 11-6, followed by 8-9 Padres, followed by the 7-8 Diamondbacks, followed by the 6-9 Giants, followed by the 4-11 Rockies. And that is standings update going into Sunday's games. Gonna go over final results and current score right now. Sunday Night Baseball still going on between Dodgers and Padres. Padres are up 6-3 in the bottom of the eighth. Dodgers do have a runner on with nobody out for Freddie Freeman facing Wandy Peralta. The Red Sox beat the Angels 5-4. Pirates beat the Phillies 9-2. Orioles beat the Brewers 6-4, which included Jackson Holiday finally getting his first major league hit. Blue Jays beat the Rockies 5-0. Mets beat the Royals 2-1. Rays beat the Giants 9-4. Tigers beat the Twins 4-3. Braves beat the Marlins 9-7. Guardians beat the Yankees 8-7. The Astros beat the Rangers 8-5. Reds beat the White Sox 11-4. A's beat the Nationals 7-6. Cubs beat the Mariners 3-2, and Diamondbacks beat the Cardinals 5-0. Also, one other crazy note I do want to mention from the Cubs game yesterday is there was actually and there was a car on the highway right by the stadium that caught on fire and smoke, I think, or something like that from it caught into the stadium. Which, for context, they are they are like a open closed roof. They can open it or close it, and I think it was open for that game. So kind of an interesting story. But that is it for this week's episode of the podcast. Thank you so much for watching and listening. If you're new on YouTube, leave a like, hit the subscribe bell, and notification bell so notified when I go live and or post a video. If you're new on audio, follow the podcast, leave a review, hit the notification bell so notified when I post on there. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you in next week's episode 122. Bye-bye.